June 14th, but technically it's June 13th. I'm gonna go with 12:20 in the morning, but because it's not tomorrow yet because I haven't been asleep. But just chilling. Teeth kind of hurt still. Took a couple pain pills, bunch of ibuprofen, a couple penicillin. Watching a little 007 and smoking some pot. So, other than that, fucking raining. Been raining for 3-4 days since I've been here. First day I got here, yeah, I got up here late. So the first morning I woke up, cop woke me up, sunshine, pretty much sunshine half the day that day. Started raining in the afternoon, been raining ever since. So that's kind of getting old, but um, everything's wet, even the tobacco's wet. But I'm looking forward. I am. It's been at least 2 years in the making, but definitely the last year. And I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm not doing. Not only do I know what I'm doing, but when I say I know what I'm not doing, I actually stopped doing all the shit that used to be hurtful and harmful, and just don't do it anymore. And when I don't know, when you make a big decision in your life to make a change, and pretty much most of those changes have taken place in 3 short years, it's I don't know, it makes it a little easier to keep going. It makes it a little easier to take those next steps. I got out of camp today and did a little roam and took the camera with me. It was raining, but it was like, shit, I gotta do something. So I was just kind of getting some cool shots and some clouds and some raindrops and some puddles and the river and, bridge and waterfalls and shit like that. And I met up with that Jim Bob dude. Chit chatted with him, came back, busted out the chair and the guitar and a pen, and kind of wrote something kind of cool. And I guess what I'm saying is that I'm ready for it to stop fucking raining, so I can throw it out with the chair on the front porch, fire up the generator, throw on the headset, and start writing. It's weird to be at the place that you've spent so long in your life and worked so hard trying to get to, and knowing that I'm like 2.5 steps away from wherever I want to be, wherever I need to be, wherever I deserve to be, good, bad, or ugly. And when you've gone where I've gone and come from where I've come from and faced what I've faced, there's not a whole lot of fear left. There's not a whole lot of doubt. There's not a whole lot of hesitation. And this summer, albeit the last 2-3 years, I've hesitated getting here. Now that I'm here, I know there's no doubt. And the subjects that we need to talk about and deal with are just a couple subjects. And obviously, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 years ago, these things were character breaking, horrific sins that I had committed. But now that I've dealt with them and processed them and faced them and talked about them and started acting accordingly in my life to make sure that nothing like that ever happens again, they're just a couple subjects. And knowing that I'm facing the subjects in a positive way, and hopefully that'll affect somebody else in a positive way, I'm pretty much cool with it. And more importantly, it's my life to live. And I was unaware of that for a long time. Either that was taken from me or it was never given to me, but one way or another, I was unaware that it's my life to live. And now, I spent 40 years doing this. This whole process started when I was 5 years old. Something happened to me when I was 5 years old. It was one of those life-defining moments, and I never forgot it. And it was the start of this whole process. And 35 years to have been fighting this fight. And now, it's an amazing thing to be doing what you know you want to do and what you need to do. And I don't want to say are destined to do, because I don't want it to be all something special, because I'm not something special. I'm just a fucking dude who had a bunch of shit in his life that he had to face and he had to deal with. But to now know where I'm at and why I'm there, and have lost everything that I've lost and been given the opportunity to get it all back if I so choose, but to get it and have it in a way that is just downright real and true. That is incredibly powerful, positive experience. But I hate to rain on the parade, but the fact of the matter is a double edge to this sword that I really learned in the last couple of years. It's just because I've seen the proverbial light doesn't mean other people have. Just because I've, walked into the night doesn't mean other people have even realized there is a night, even realized there's something they need to walk into. And it kind of sets me apart. Not in an exceptional way, not in an I'm special way, but it just gives me unique and different experiences. And typically I'm the only one in the room with those unique experiences and the perspective that I have. And 9 times out of 10, I'm the dude who's going to stand up and say or do something that's going to exclude me from the norm. And that's been a bitch. That's been something I've been afraid of for 20 years. Everybody's always asked me, why don't you do this? Why don't you do this? If you are so good at this, or if you could do this, why don't you go ahead and do that? And it's like, what if they like me? What if they don't? Both sides are equally scary. But I've learned that, oh God, have I learned that the old trait, better to have loved and lost than have never loved at all. I'd rather fucking fail. I'd rather fall flat on my face. I'd rather look like a fucking fool. I'd rather be the laughing stock of the entire nation than to sacrifice and compromise what I believe and do something that my heart's not in. Period. Damn, my nose is still swollen. It's crazy. Mole face. Damn, I'm old. So, dang all roses and raindrops on kittens. Raindrops and roses and whiskers on kittens. But, granted, I'm fucking held up on the side of a logged road on a creek, 30, 40 miles from town, in a red van with generators and lights and 007 going. I may not appear to be as productive as I'd like to think, but right there's a notebook filled with shit I wrote today. Right there's a camera filled with thoughts and feelings and ideas and angles and perspectives. I'm surrounded by things that I enjoy, that I've worked for, that I believe in, and every one of them in one way or another get me closer to my goal. And that's what this is about. The first step was, do you want to? The second realization was, shit, I don't know how to. The third was, let's just keep putting one foot in front of the other. The fourth is planning this and making it through the... It's a fucking pain in the ass to try to plan something like this. Try to disappear for 4 months. Just, make sure shit maintains and doesn't fall apart behind you and or in front of you where you're going. It's a big accomplishment to even pull it off, even if it's in a van or in a tent. Just practically speaking, it's a difficult process. And to be here now, sure, it's raining and cold, and my teeth are fucked up. Um, so what? Tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow's another song. Tomorrow's another chapter. Tomorrow's another shot. Tomorrow's another chance, an opportunity to try to help other people learn from my mistakes. Because trust me, as cool as it is to be out here doing what I do, fishing all day and smoking weed, playing and romping through the fucking forest, living on berries. I'd rather be at home with my wife and kids. But at a really, really early age, I knew that there was no fucking way I was ready. But more importantly, there was no way I was gonna raise kids and be a father and have a household like my family's was. And somewhere along the lines, it just got more logical not to do it than it did to learn and grow and change. And punishment fit the crime. A lot of people ask, dude, you're 40 years old, haven't you figured it out yet? And my only thought is that it's not that I've been doing nothing for 40 years. It's that it was that hard. It was that traumatic. It was that rough. It was that tough. You watch documentaries and see PTSD in these soldiers. Fuck, man. I mean, the shit that they go through and have gone through in such a short period of time, it's no different than Thomas. It blew my mind that in 5 years, prison system could literally change the soul of a person. And a guy who does 2, 3, 4, 5 tours in a war. I did 18 years, day in, day out. It wasn't all grenades and machine guns and violence, but every second of every day was structured, controlled, enforced, inflicted upon fear and guilt and doubt. Fear. And I've always said it took them 18 years to fuck me up. It took me 18 years to fuck me up. It's taken me 3.5, 4 years to finally try to balance it back out. And once again, I'm sitting on the side of the road in a red van, fucking living on peanut butter and jelly, and I got a lot of food. I have a lot more than peanut butter and jelly. I got good food. But it ain't living the dream. It's making the best of the nightmare. And this place, this wild, the wilderness, the trees, the rain, the birds, and the views, and the people that come to see those views, and come to see the birds and the trees. Shit happens out here that doesn't happen anywhere else. And I'll be the first to admit, yeah, I'm looking forward to the fucking sunshine, but you know what? I'm more looking forward to the sunshine so I can sit in it, so I can soak it up, so I can enjoy the heat. I'm not even like rocking fishing. It's almost not important to me anymore. It's fun, it's great, it's awesome. There's nothing better than to watch a fish rise for a dry fly. But I'm ready to start living. I'm done leaning on this side of my face to the point where I've worry lines in the side of my face from sitting like this. Look at that. For so many years, if you could see this side, there's not a single line. But if you see this side, it's just covered in permanent line from literally somebody's sitting here for 20 years trying to fucking figure it out. Trying to figure out how it went so wrong. Trying to figure out how this was my only influence and my only example. And it was so blatantly wrong. But now, it's just shit I want to do, man. There's just things I can do. And there's things that other people can do. And there's things that we can do. And in my experience, the path to that is just being God honest. Just being gut fucking honest. Who cares? We're all human. We all make mistakes. We all do stupid things for stupid reasons. But as I've learned along the way, anytime an adult acts like an ass, they're more or less behaving like a child. They've reverted to childhood, and they're behaving due to their lack of ability to deal with a thought or a feeling. And what I've learned is if we treat other people when they're having those moments, we treat them with love and respect like a parent would to a child. Seems to make it easier. It's easy to look at a friend, a coworker, a mother, a sister, and go, look, you don't gotta tell no fucking lies. I love you. It's all cool. Sure, Daddy didn't do his best showing you, but you know better than that. You're a good person. Stop the insanity. That's what you would say to a child. If a child was throwing a hissy fit, you'd grab them, put them in your lap, give them a big old hug, prove to them they're safe. But for some reason, as people get older, when people behave like children and throw hissy fits because they feel unloved or unwelcome or unwanted, for some reason society don't put them in their lap and give them a hug anymore. And I'm a big fan of being in the lap. I'm a big fan of the hugs and loves. I'm a big fan of crying. I'm a big fan of talking about fears. I'm a big fan of sharing a moment on the side of the road with the guy who lost his daughter 7-8 years ago to a drug. I'm a big fan of talking about things and feeling things, because I've learned it's the only thing that got me through. It's the only thing that kept me alive through my process, was facing every bit of it. And once you face it, you can start to understand cause and effect. You can start to understand how things happen. And you can look at your own behavior and the stupid shit you've done in your life, and you can relate it to the stupid shit the people around you have done. And it makes it easier to forgive, and it makes it easier to move on and support and encourage. And at the very least, family is supposed to be the undying, never fail, no finish line. I mean, just it's supposed to be the one true constant. And in my experience these days, families are the people that hurt each other the most. It's not supposed to be that way. It's not. The system is designed that we have people at all costs that we can count on. And we're the ones hurting each other the most. And in my experience, it's a lot easier to sit in a room full of those people and have a conversation than it is to run and hide and bury your head in the sand, or overcompensate, or do this to get the approval or the attention of these people. Or it's fucking stupid. So much easier to just love. So much easier to just be honest. So much easier to just be humble and say, I fucked that shit up. I stole Playboy from my Uncle Larry when I was about 8 years old. Got caught with it. My buddy got caught with it. Brought it home to my dad. My dad was pissed. Drove me down in the Ford Courier and made me walk up to his front door, head to the fucking floor, and hand it back to him and say, I'm sorry I stole this from you. And I remember it being the most traumatic, embarrassing, small event of my life. But you know what? On the way home, my dad put his hand on my knee and said, you know what, son? We're all going to do stupid things. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to do the wrong thing. We're going to make the wrong choice. People are not going to judge you based on those mistakes. They're going to judge you based on how you acted and reacted as a result of them. And when you you screw up in life, if you walk up to that door, if you knock on that door as scared as you are, I promise you, coming out the other side, you're going to feel okay. And you're going to know that you've done the right thing. And you're going to get up and you're going to do it again. And you're going to make mistakes. And you're going to fucking face them. And it sounds trippy to hear me talk like that about my father, who I fucking resent so much. But if it wasn't for that side of my father, if it wasn't for that lesson that he taught me, and the reason he taught it was out of guilt, the reason he taught it was out of remorse for the fact that in his own day-to-day life he couldn't live that way. But he knew deep down in his heart that what he was doing was wrong. So every opportunity he had to sit down and teach a lesson through a story or through an example like that, he did it. And he never did it for himself. He never did it to himself. He never said, Dave, don't do what I do. He never confronted himself on his behavior. But when you fucked up, he did give you the best possible advice. And he did show you the best possible fathering and loving. But 20 minutes later, he'd be at the dinner table, he'd be fighting with my mom, and I'd say something shitty, and he'd smack me on the fucking top of the head with a fork. You know, with like fucking vigor. And I guess the full circle is that 3 years ago, I thought the things that had been done to me and the life that I'd lived as a result, and the choices that I'd made, and the crimes and the atrocities that I'd committed, obviously no crimes and real atrocities, but the fucking sins that I'd committed as a result. That's funny, I downgraded crimes and atrocities to sins. The result of those years and the choices that I made, I actually questioned whether I could even come back from them. I actually questioned whether this life was even worth living. And as I sit here and look at my worn out, tired ass, wrinkly, fucking teeth falling out of my mouth, fucking bald ass, fucking pot smoking loser ass, I still look in the mirror, the proverbial mirror, and I know that I want to live. I know that even if I adopt, I'd like to influence directly a child. I'd like to raise a child, whether it's ours or not. I think I should probably find my girlfriend and my wife first, but I'm at that point where I've learned from their mistakes, and I've learned from mine, and I don't make them anymore. I don't make the intimate mistakes that I used to make. I don't have the negative, controlling, fucking high maintenance bullshit relationships I used to have. I stopped having them. I started having productive relationships with females, and everything from, you know, roommates to fucking prostitutes on the street. I'm no longer all about myself. I'm no longer out trying to fill those voids and that pain, because I stopped feeling that pain because I dealt with it, because I faced it, because I did it so openly and honestly. It made it impossible to go back and hurt people. It made it impossible to go back and hurt myself. And it's the part for me that is cool as shit, because the actions are now speaking way louder than the words. Because you'll notice, if this ever gets out there, like on YouTube, like the other one, I don't even have a whole lot of words left. I've said it all, I've done it all, I've went there, I've fucking, you know, I'm more or less at the point now where, check it out, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and if you wanna watch, feel free. I'm gonna talk in between a little bit, but once the damn sun comes out, we're gonna write, we're gonna work out, we're gonna fish. Period. That's it. And I'm not gonna get ripped, and I'm gonna show everybody, and fucking I'm gonna quit smoking, and no. I'm gonna try to be a little bit healthier. I'm gonna enjoy the sunshine in the day, and I'm gonna finish something in my life. I'm gonna finish something that I started 15, 18 years ago. And people like it, that'd be wonderful. But if they don't, I'm gonna be able to go blam. Here's Dave's story. That's what it's all about. It's what's important to him, and he finished it. I don't care if I'm a tile setter again by fucking October. I don't care if that's what I do the rest of my life. I'm gonna try to do it with a big smile. I'm gonna try to hook me up with a good girl. I'm gonna continue to hang out and chit chat with my mom before she dies. Every time I see my sister, like I did the other day, I'm gonna give her a big old hug and just look at her like, I don't know what we still fighting about, but come here. I still love you. And hopefully now that my actions are significantly louder than my words, hopefully I can get some of my family back. Hopefully I can look some people in the eye again. Hopefully they'll trust me and I'll be strong enough to know that I can't trust them. Fuck, it's kind of sad, but that's true. Hopefully they'll trust me. Hopefully I'll be consistent enough for them to trust me. And hopefully I can continue to be at peace with the fact that I probably can't trust them. And obviously not every relationship's that way, but a fair percentage of them are. Alright, 26 minutes. I don't want to get caught up in the rambling on and on and on and on game, because I think that kind of irritated some people before. But I guess this is for me, and I do what I do, so fuck you. Obviously I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm getting old. Actually, the lighting is really bad. It's above my head right here. Everything's backwards. Why is it backwards? Because the light's over there. This finger is where the light's at. But when I point directly to the light, it goes this way. Was my other camera backwards? Because see, this is my right eye. I guess for you looking... Alright, either way, I got off on a trip there. I don't remember my other camera being backwards. But... teeth hurt. Got another one on this side that's hurting. But... you know what? Obviously I don't want to lose a tooth. That would suck. But... fuck. Think about how many times I almost lost my life. Think of how many fucking times I almost took my life. And yeah, I used to play that whole, fucking kill myself game. But you know what? About a dime for every time I sat somewhere and actually contemplated it. Damn. So yeah, I love my teeth. I don't want them to fall out. But saw Ed the other day, and whoa. I haven't seen him in about 6 months. And he's old. He's wearing out. He told me point blank, dude, fucking said something about he just wanted 15 more years, but on the other hand, he didn't want to work 15 more years, so he'd settle for 10. That rips my fucking heart out. This dude's the shit. Yeah. It's absolutely the shit. And the dude's working so hard around the clock for so many years now that dude, he just wants to chill. It's probably wrong of me to burden myself with thoughts like these, but I feel like I can give him something. I feel like there's something in me that is enough to help significantly help other people. Catherine's dying of fucking cancer, man. Cancer Treatment Centers of America, for some reason their ads got me believing, but I'd like to send her ass down there for 6 months. See if they got any other bright ideas. because this chick's pure. This chick deserves to be alive. Obviously, everybody does, but nobody deserves to be going through what she's been going through for 5 straight years. And to watch people like Ed and Catherine and the other people in my life fighting to hang on to what little life they have, it kind of bothers me, the amount of life that I've wasted, the amount of life that I've taken for granted. But in my defense, life sucked. So, alright, I gotta quit rambling because apparently I got a bunch of shit in me right now, so I'm gonna close my eyes and get my sleep on.